Hello, good afternoon or good morning. It is morning here in Kansas, Michelle. And this is Vintage Wednesday. Third Wednesday of the month is always Vintage Wednesday. And I'm just going to share myself one little bitty place. There we go. How's everybody doing? I feel like it's early for me to be on to be on here just because I work in the mornings, but I'm here and I'm ready to go. Ready to go. I love Vintage Wednesday. It's a fun event. Get to play with vintage items or make new items look vintage, whichever one you want. Today we are to be using buttons, and I have some buttons pulled out to use. I'm sure that Heidi is getting me put into the Crafty bunch right now. And I'm going to work in. Thank you, Heidi. I am going to work in the journal that I made for the Beauty for Ashes event. I started it on Monday, and I watched the event all day. I wasn't on until the evening, and then I watched it, most of it yesterday as well. Such an awesome event that Nicole did for us, and I still thanks, Heidi. I still want everybody to know that if you're interested in doing a journal, then all you have to do is reach out to Nicole Pro Sparkle Junkie, and she will let you know where to send one. And anything you do would be much appreciated and would surely bless somebody. Hey, Cheryl, how are you today? It is morning where you're at for real, huh? I said good afternoon when I first got on, but it is still morning in Kansas. So I thought I would go through and show you guys what I've done since Monday and then what we're going to do today. Let me get this switched around. Hi, Christy. That seems kind of, let me move that up just a little. There we go. How's that? So, on Monday, yeah, I did the spine for this. I did this piping. I absolutely love this hey Callie, this navy book. It was a Bible, and I had it in my book cover stash. Hey Pam, hey Linda, yeah, you guys, thanks so much for hopping on here this morning. It did still have the spine, but I thought that I could make the spine, flexible, and that would be better for the woman, for whoever got it, make it a little bit more pliable. So I did get the signature sewn in, and the closure, I did the elastic band with beads, which is usually how I make a closure. I did use this little Tim Holtz kind of, it looks like a hitch on a car. I don't know if you guys have used these before, but they are awesome. No, I didn't ban you, Kim. You know what? That's happened to me before too. When Facebook started making lives reels, and sometimes I just have to fiddle with how I expand it, or which one I click first. Either click comment first or make it big first. And I think you have to click comment before you make it big, if that makes sense. So this is the journal card that I made. I shared it with some people that were curious about it, about just kind of making this a safe space. This is a pocket, and this is what I'm wanting to make today. We're just going to make a journal card to go in this pocket here. I used Chele's printable. And then this is some stuff I got from the First Friday sale from My Peddler's Alley. This blue here. And the blue that I got from her is just perfect for this. And this little flip out, I did cut these out from Chele's thing. And then I just stamped some lines on the back so that, yeah. Thanks, Christy. I'm sorry, Kim. I told her during our group, in our group yesterday when she couldn't, I said, I banned you for life. I was teasing. Let's see. Oh, I added just this little pocket and another, just a little. I like to have different sizes, and I kind of try to make however the different sizes one fall look like its own spread in itself. And there's my center. And this is just, you know, something pretty. And the other part of that glassine bag, this is just another little flip out. I hope you guys are okay with me flipping through this. Sometimes I feel like I need to rush through. So there is a lot. I don't know if you guys will know. There is a lot of journaling space here. Like almost every page is blank. And I hope that whoever gets this feels free to doodle and do, you know, to do stuff in the places that aren't like blank like this. But yeah, there is lots and lots of room to write. And then back here, so this right here is the actual spine of this book. And I made it a hinge here. And then this is what we did in the group yesterday. I have these file folders, or these little, I got them at a thrift. And they're just such a cool size. I really like them. And we just took some, you know, some dyed paper, stained paper, and in between each little folder gave more journaling space. And I just did a pocket on the one, but I will probably go ahead and make maybe another pocket in each little area. I'm not sure. But I felt like it would be nice to have like something that's just not out in the open, that they could write in that isn't, you know, just, I don't know. Hi, Dee. Hi, Capri. Oh my gosh, Heidi, these file folders, I love them too. Oh, thanks, Kim. Hey, Jen. Oh, thank you, Christy. Thanks, Heidi. You guys are so awesome. Hey, Jeanette. Isn't always there. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is, Cheryl. This is for the Beauty for Ashes event. And that's why I keep having to remind myself, because like when I see these blank pages, I'm just used to decorating. I want to decorate it. You know, I want to do more. And because I want this to be able to expand, I also feel like this should be tighter, but I'm hoping that she will stuff it full of, you know, different letters and thoughts and, you know, all kinds of things. But I just took some cardboard. This is actually what I made the spine out of, and that will go right in there. So we're going to just decorate this journal card. And this paper that I used, this scrapbook paper, I felt like, oh my gosh, this doesn't match anymore. And so that's why it's mostly covered up. But okay, I'm going to set this aside and let's get going on this. I think I want this is just a book page that I made that I copied some pictures onto. And I think I want the front of the card to be the collage and the back of the card to just be where you can take notes and write on. And you know how much I love a collage. Love a collage. So since this isn't quite big enough, I'm thinking oh, and this right here is the one that I did on the front. And I'll just tell you my mind, the way I'm thinking is I feel like sometimes, and I hope you guys don't think I'm weird or crazy, but the symbolism to me of something being in black and white and then being in color, I know this isn't the same image, but I feel like that represents just growth and, you know, becoming who God means you to be. And I like the idea of going from black and white to full color. So that's why I layered those up there like that. So maybe I will use this one. I feel like it might be easier to collage around as well. Okay, so I also think what I'll do, weird, crazy. Yes, you do have to be. Hey, Pam. And I did a big art project. I mean, I know some of you know, like, kind of my story. I was in a horrible, abusive relationship with an addict years ago, and I did a, you know, like the black and white to color has always made me think of that time in my life. Like when I got away from there, I began to, you know, I began to be in color again, where during that marriage I was almost always forced to be in black and white, you know. There we go. So I think that will just make it not quite as obvious that there's that blank spot once we get, you know, all the stuff. Oh, yes, that's a great idea, Linda. I love that because I was that's so much classier than what I was thinking. I was thinking about putting sticky notes. um But I also was thinking about maybe enclosing just a little letter that just said to the recipient of this journal. You know, I know that sometimes recovery can be a really lonely place. And, you know, all of those thoughts that go through that are lies, you know, that you don't deserve, you know, all of those things that happen when you're in a vulnerable position. I mean, you know, that happens to me sometimes on a good day where I'm like, who do you think you are? Not to mention when you're kind of at your rock bottom there. Yeah. Yeah, Cheryl, that was, I mean, that was over 30 years. That was a long, long, long time ago. Long, long time ago. And it's kind of crazy how sometimes I can still be so affected by that situation. Like, um, I mean, if anybody, if you know, like that kind of thing, it stays with you. So, but I definitely have a heart for not only women in recovery, but women that are, domestic violence victims, survivors, still dealing with that trauma and pain. And sometimes, those things cross over quite a bit. Hey, Anne. Anne's up after me, you guys. Yeah, Pam. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, yeah, Kim, I think that's a good way to put it. And I love the idea of Linda's, covered paper clips. Hi, Pat. Yep, exactly, Capri. It's so true. It's so true. And, I was just at a retreat in Florida that was meant to, help us grow and, as humans and everything. And as we were going through it, I was telling the leader, I'm like, because things would just kind of come out and smack me in the face. And I'm like, I have no idea why this is all coming up right now. I mean, I have had people pray over me and, all of the things, but it'll still sneak in sometimes. Therapy, all of the things. Okay. So I think that I'm going to just kind of treat this like I did on the cover here as a bit of a background. And I had brought out all of this stuff with blues when I was trying to do the collage for the cover. So let me see what we get here. Kind of like that. Collage is such a process to me. I know it is for you guys as well. I mean, sometimes it takes me a while. Like I had tried to do the cover here on Monday, and I just had to put it aside until Tuesday. I had to walk away from it. And see, like stuff like this where it says prescription druggist, I am trying to avoid anything like that, even though I'm probably just being overly, zealous, weird about that. No. Okay, let me think. What else? And I got to be sure I get my button in, guys. Don't let me forget my button. I had some more Chele. So I also feel like the trees, a tree represents growth. I like the book under it. This is one of Chele's things. I'm just not sure it goes with the flowers. Okay. I knew. When you're doing stuff like this, yeah, for sure, Kim. Yeah. Oh, Pam. Yes. And when that happens, yes, Cheryl. Yep. Yep. Don't let him get a foothold. That's for sure. That blue butterfly rebirth. Yes. And this one is the one I used in the pages. Sorry, you guys. I'm like reading your reading your comment. Like my brain is going really fast. Some of you actually may have gotten some of these cards. I love these cards. I'm pretty sparing with them. And I was sending them out quite a bit, and then I put them away because I felt like I was getting low on them. I just love them. I may have used all of the blue just because, I love the blue. Yeah, these images aren't really what I want for this, but I do love the blue of the envelope, so that might have to go in the journal somewhere. Okay, let's cut out this butterfly. I like this one. Is this the one you guys are talking about? Or do you like this one? Hey, Jeannie. I know. I love them. There's so much to choose from, too. There's something about this one that's monochromatic that speaks to me. And it is already in the journal. It's the one that is over her face. It's this one right here. And the other side of that is right. Yeah, there it is again right there. So, oh, you guys, the deep blue. Okay, see, that's what I was leaning towards too. And then I'm like, well, since I have the other one in there twice, either it can be to tie it in or it can be overkill. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's cut this out. I have my jar of blue buttons here too. And I grabbed some button cards. Can you guys, like, these are like a blue and tan and white marbly button, and then these. I have to I want to add a little bit of thickness because of that closure being so loose right now. But at the same time, I want there to be plenty of room for her to add. But yeah, I will definitely be doing some of those covered paper clips that Linda suggested. I think that's a brilliant idea. When I remove the background of this, and I put all of these images in Canva. That's how I made overlays and stuff like that out of them. But it removes the antenna off of the butterflies. Okay. And honestly, I'm fine with losing part of the butterfly. Yeah, those oval buttons I love. And I have my little container that has the ones on the cards. And I have these from my Peddler's Alley that I thought, those embossed birds would be perfect. So I might have to take those buttons off. For this project, I would take the buttons off, On other journals, I would maybe just leave the buttons on. Okay, the fact that that's uneven right there bugs me, even though it's just a teeny tiny little thing. So and I hate to sound like a broken record, but Kathleen Maurer, I just have learned so much from her. So that's why I bring her up all the time. But her kind of formula, she's like the most amazing collage person. And she goes through, in several different of her videos, she goes through like using 3 curved objects and 1 straight object, or 2 square objects, and like how to break that up. Yeah, Linda, you've showed me that before, or you've told me about that before. Make your own what, Kim? I'm sure I don't remember what I was saying. So anyway, that is kind of the formula that I use a lot of the time. Kind of just mixing up the square and the curved lines. Kind of playing around with what that might look like. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought too, Kim. I thought if it really bugs me on whatever I put it on, I'll just draw them in. I kind of like that. I've tried to use this. This is actually from a bit of ephemera that I had when I was going through looking for stuff, and I can't really figure out where to use it. So I thought it would be good for this. So to me, we've got 3 square items, and to keep the odd, I want 1 more circle item. And it can be just a teeny tiny little circle thing. And when I say circle, I just mean not square. It can be, it can be something like that. It doesn't have to be an actual circle, just not yes, yep, Capri. And she doesn't do social media, she's only on YouTube. And she actually is currently going through a bunch of health issues, so she doesn't post as much as she used to. And I don't know how old she is, but she's getting older. And yeah, so I don't actually know how much longer she's going to be creating, because the thing that's happening to her is that she's losing her vision. And as an artist, oh my gosh, can you guys, I mean, so this might be the fastest I've ever put a collage together in my life. But her business name is Be Again Books, but on YouTube it is Kathleen Maurer. Rhymes with flower. I don't know that I need that other little circle there. I'm going to push this down, oops, so that you guys can kind of see the composition of it better. Oh my God, Capri, you will love. You will love. So yeah, we've got 3 straight elements and 2 curvy elements, and that makes up our odd number of total elements. And you also have to just kind of go with your gut. It's not a fail-safe thing, but it definitely helps me get started and get going. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, Linda's heard me talk about her for, as long as she's known me. I have a couple of her journals that she's made. And the first one I bought was like, felt like such an extravagant purchase, you know? I I was I was shaken when I pushed the purchase button. I was crying when it came in the mail. That's how much of a fangirl I am, guys. I'm gonna just kind of crease this. Oh, and we got to put our button on here, you guys. So that is what that can, it can either go with these little flowers or it can be its own circle element. We'll have to put it on there to find out. Sometimes it's only about 30 minutes, and sometimes it takes me so long to figure out the collage that I haven't gotten it done in an hour slot. So this time it came together so well, we might have to do another little pocket stuffer. Okay. Why does that not look right? I always do this. It was so simple. It was such a simple design. I figured I would not have any issues. Did I have it this way? No, I know I had that under. I just don't like all of that red. I don't mind a little bit. I do think that this button right here is the perfect button. It is such a pretty little subtle blue that it might have to just be there, like maybe in a thread puddle and not the flowers, I think. Let me grab some thread. I do have some blue, and then I kind of got like a silvery color. Yeah, there is I think they've gotten wise. You know how thrift stores will wisen up on their buttons? This thrift store I like has gotten wise on their buttons. But they just always, it's one of those thrift stores that is like a church donation type of store. And before I do that, I'm going to tack down how we have this. Maybe. And they would just have like the most awesome vintage button cards. Well, and they would have them so cheap. They've gotten wise to me though. They started raising their prices. So now I just go, it'll be like whatever color is half off. And I'm like, okay, I'm not looking at any other things other than the things that are on clearance. So this is how I kind of maintain my collage before I put it down. I just kind of tack it so it's not completely solid. I know, Capri, it irritates me so much. Like, this is a church ministry one, and they mark their stuff down a lot, but I think that, they clean out houses, or like maybe families of the church donate when, you know, family members pass, and like maybe stuff that didn't sell in an estate sale or something. So, because they do have a lot of really neat vintage items a lot of the time. Um, but yeah, they've gotten wise on their vintage, like tea towels and doilies and textiles and stuff like that as well. Postcards. I grabbed somebody's senior pictures, and it would have been like probably from the 70s. And when I was checking out, the guy was like, "Do you know this lady?" I was like, "Nope." No, I do not know this lady. Okay, come on. It would have been faster at this point to grab a needle. I just am making a knot in it. But I still love to go there. It's still like one of my very favorite ones. And the last time I was there, you guys, they kept kind of like there was I could tell that there was a group of people there together, but I felt like they were being a little bit rude even, and I was kind of like, okay, because they would kind of yell out at each other. Well, then they started saying, 15 minutes, 20, left to shop, and I was like, it's not closing yet. It was a chartered trolley bus thing, and they were going to bars and thrift stores, and I was like, that is brilliant. Just like all the memes we see. I mean, the people weren't acting like obnoxiously drunk or anything, but maybe it was early in the day. But they had a designated driver, and I don't know, margaritas. And I'm like, yeah. Capri. I'm like, oh my gosh, how fun would that be to just have, I mean, whether you drink or not, just to have somebody drive you around to the thrift stores with all your friends so that you could visit and show each other what you got in between. Okay, so I'm doing some of the silver and some of the blue, just kind of a mix. And I am going to, well, let me get this down first. And then I'll make sure that they are also adhered to each other. I forgot and put glue on the back of that butterfly wing. And some of the people that were at the thrift store were asking the lady who was obviously kind of wrangling cats there, what's the name of this? Can we, I want to do this, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't catch it. I didn't. I mean, we're talking about this journal being for people in recovery, and I'm like, my sister is in recovery, and if I were to do something like that, the thrifting thing, you know, me and my sister always, we have a good time going to estate sales and thrifting together, and my mom, and you know, the days of drinking like that and acting out are over. Oh, come on. Do you guys ever, like, I'm stuck to it? I usually use my my Fabri-Tac cap to get my finger off of there. Oh, right. I wouldn't want to either, but I think that, like, you know, I know that Heidi and Mama P are having a retreat in September. How awesome would it be to have like a driver and a little chartered bus situation? I am going to have to make sure. Hi, Carol. Because, you know, do you remember the pocket I'm putting this in is that kind of slip belly band thing? I'm really going to need to make sure that's on there really good. Let's see. And then up here, you know, I was looking at this. I could just cut that off. It would still be, you know, a tag shape. I'm thinking I might do that. I am just going to cut off this wing. There we go. Get down all of my, because of how it's sliding into the journal, I want to make sure that everything is adhered well. I'm really tempted to go over it like I do the cover with like a Mod Podge, but I'm not going to do that. I have done it on a tag before when there's lots of layers, but I don't think this one actually needs it. I like to use the Fabri-Tac to kind of get it down because it has so much open time, like you can move it around a little bit. And then this is art glitter glue that dries a lot faster. And then I will also kind of reinforce the button with Fabri-Tac. Oh, you know what, Martha? That's way more my speed. I want, rather than margaritas, I think I would like coffee and donuts, and then maybe chips and salsa a little later. Okay, let's see. I have all of, this is the fabrics that we've kind of used in the journal. I haven't used this yet. I just found it in my scraps. It might go in there, but again, this thing is sliding. And I need to decide. Sometimes I like to take and just kind of do like just a little. Okay, I think what's going to off blank is my elephant's back. Linda, my elephant's back. What bottles? Oh, these little ones? Yes. I do too. Like, sometimes they can be a pain to fill, but I'm gonna do, and you guys I know have all seen me do the curly Q on the end of my paper clips, and this is also a Kathleen thing. This is also from Kathleen. Just a little curl. And then I'm just trying to make sure that it's flat is all. On my rusty paper clip. I like these little, just little things like that, I think are, I don't know, those little touches. My granddaughter came yesterday. She is 13, and it is their spring break. And she wasn't gonna come and stay with us, and I have a really busy week. And then last minute, she wanted to come here. And I'm like, oh, girl, you picked the wrong week to come and stay with Grandma. I'm pretty busy this week, it feels like. What time is it? Ooh! So I have to turn, when I'm doing these bows, I have to turn them upside down to make them right side up. I know you guys have probably seen that trick before where you, oh, did it turn again? I don't know. Oh, there we go. So see, now it's right side up. I don't know why. I mean, you can, it's just about how. There we go. There we go. Oh no. Oh no. I like the art glitter glue too because sometimes it does kind of act like a decoupage medium if you get it on there just right. Okay. Yes. Hi, Laura. Thank you. This is one of Shaylee's, Shaylee Morehouse. I'm just going to take some Fabri-Tac and kind of put it in the hole of the button. I have found that that's kind of an inconspicuous way to help it, to help it out. And Fabri-Tac will hold your button and stuff. It's just, you know, waiting for it to dry. I don't necessarily want the shininess of the Fabri-Tac, although this button is already shiny. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put it back up just a tad. the number of times I've dumped that tiny ephemera thing. Hopefully that button, I don't know that it will survive. I might have to actually sew it. Oh, my paper clip is on the page. But if it doesn't go in this pocket, it's definitely going in this journal. I mean, I have this pocket back here. Oh, we haven't even done the back, y'all. Yes, she does. Kim, I don't know what you're saying. Did I miss a comment? Oh, Cheryl, thank you. You're having trouble using them. There's more paper clips. They weren't squishy enough. Oh, hey, Carol. I don't think I said hi to you, did I? Okay, I saw your comment, but I don't think I actually said hello. So for the back of this, I really just wanted to use some of the Chele. This is what we used yesterday when I was dyeing that elastic on the thing in the group. But yeah, I think that right there with that blue peeking through is kind of cool looking. Let's get that on here. And there's no, I mean, that pocket has textiles and stuff on it. But if this does go in that pocket, there's not really room to do any more, cheesecloth or doilies or anything like that. And that's kind of hard. It's hard to resist. I doubt if you guys can hear, but we have a rooster that stupid thing crows day and night. It never stops. And there's a younger rooster out there who wants to crow, but it just sounds like, my husband's like, that rooster just sounds drunk. And I'm like, it does. Like, it's like, ah. It just doesn't quite have the hang of it. But the big one, the big guy, he never shuts up. Oh, Dee, just if you just go to her page, and then click on her photos, and then you can go to her photo albums if you want to, and then you just save them to your device, either your phone or your laptop or whatever. And once you save it, when you right click on it, it'll come up save image as. Or on your phone, if you just hold it down, it'll do save image as. And then you should be able to print it that way. Does that make sense? He is just showing off, Carol. Yes, it's our rooster. And it's illegal. It's illegal to have a rooster in the city limits. And we do live in the city. It's not in the county, but in the city it's illegal. And, when they're little, when they're chicks, you don't know that they're going to be roosters. And so my husband takes them to the livestock auction when they get to a certain age. Once he realizes this is a rooster and not a hen. And this rooster, I was like, are you going to take Big Blue? That's what I call it, because it's like a silver gray color. It's all one color, except for his, head comb and the red stuff on his, that stuff. He's so pretty. And the crowing doesn't bother me. Like, I hardly even hear it anymore. But I'm like, he's just so pretty. I hate to see him go, but the other day, Charlie terrorizes the chickens, our puppy. I can't believe they haven't beat her up to the point where she doesn't do that anymore, but they haven't. And I heard her out there messing. I heard her out there messing with the chickens the other day. And when I hear the chickens, going on like that, I know that she's up to no good. So I run out there, and that big rooster is on the back step. And I had some cardboard boxes stacked up there from deliveries that I hadn't burnt yet. And that big old rooster was like face to face with me. So I had to push him. Oh, they hear it. I had to push him off. And I was like, Charlie, come here. My husband does not think this is funny. And Charlie comes running over. And she has like gray feathers coming out of either side of her mouth. And I was telling, Tommy about it. And I'm laughing because it was so funny when she turned around, like she was caught red-handed. And Tommy was like, no, that's not funny. Sorry. But that rooster is way bigger than Charlie. It could whoop her if it wanted to, I have a feeling. And it may have been trying to protect the hens because Charlie just runs back and forth through them. She's a menace. Okay. So I like that. I like how this blue ink that I was messing with came through. That looks kind of cool to me. We'll put our paper clip back on here. And I like to, when I do tie a piece of fabric or something on a paper clip, I don't always, but when I do, I kind of drop some Fabri-Tac in there. I don't know if it does any good in the long run, honestly, but it keeps it from sliding all over. Just a little. I got 4 minutes, y'all. See, I was all cocky, thinking we were going to start something else. But I'm happy with the collage, and I'm happy the way it turned out. So I don't necessarily mind. Collage is just one of my very favorite things to do, so I don't mind taking my time with it at all. You guys, Anne is on after me with Anne's Create and Share. And you just refresh your page in the Crafty Bunch, and she will be there. And I think I heard her say that she was going to be creating in her Beauty for Ashes journal too. Oh, thanks, Heidi. Oh, the puppies. Yeah, we've actually talked to several of our neighbors, Linda, and the guy on one side, he's like, I like it. I kind of like the sound of the rooster. And I'm like, yeah, that's when he was first finding his voice. Now that he crows all day, every day, I wonder if he still feels that way. See, I feel like I need a pocket here. It's my instinct to add, like maybe even just some, like a stamp, like a texture, because I want her to be able to write wherever she wants and use all these little nooks and crannies. But I plan on having this done and ready to ship to Nicole probably within, probably next week or maybe by the end of this week. Hey, Phyllis. So I used my button. That was what we had to do for today. And you guys know that Heidi's Vintage Wednesday is the third Wednesday every month. If you didn't know, you know now. Let's see. I can't think of anything. What's coming up? Always on Sundays. You guys always know to tune into the Crafty Bunch on Sundays because that's when the journal group is. I don't know which journal group it is this week. I want to say it's the beginners, but I'm not positive about that. So I also thought I have some of these index cards that are like coffee dyed, and then I put some blue ink on them. I thought that these might be kind of a neat thing just to put in. Where's that one envelope? The one envelope that didn't have anything in it, or even like these little pockets like this. Like just to put, you know, a prayer on, or a hope, or a dream. And I have some sayings saved that I feel like I want to be very careful about sounding condescending. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be very intentional about what I put on these. The vintage group. Okay. How did you fix the closure? So this is another Kathleen Maurer thing. I do 2 holes here and then either a button or something here. But my time is up, you guys. So be sure you catch Anne, refresh your page, and she will be there working in her journal, I think. I'm not positive, but she mentioned yesterday she might. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.